Just a little joke there.
What? What? Whoa! Whoa!
Ah!
Why'd you save me?
Let's talk, bud.
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Admiral and I write games for fun. So today we are going to be working on Granbelm, Dancing in the Midnight Realm, and we're going to be fleshing out unions. So what are unions at the end of the day? Unions are, at the end of the day, a method for characters and certain players to actually work together. And why is that important? Because in a battle royale scenario, maybe working together isn't what you want to do. So I also have a granola bar here, a cheap one that I really like. So everyone's going to get mukbang ASMR of me eating this thing because I'm parched still. So, delicious. Let's make sure everything was working. Awesome, it is. Good shit. Alright, so let's see. So let's see. So overall, the unions, what do they give? They allow mana sharing and deeper relationships. They may be wondering, why don't I form a union with everyone? That's what we're going to be trying to figure out. So, I got my water bottle here. let's see what we can do here. Let's actually do something like types of unions. Master and apprentices. Protectors. And charge. Let's see. So what I'm thinking about with types of unions is that it changes a little bit here. It also gives a positive thing as well as a negative thing. Because you're like, why won't I just form a union with everything and technically we get more and it's better. The positive and negative, what I want to do with that is give players the incentive, obviously, to form unions with other characters and bring them into the fold. But also to, I wouldn't say dissuade, but to know what they're getting themselves into. No union's perfect. Everything has power struggles in it, inside of it. So, masters and apprentices. So, let's see. Let's actually check something real fast. Do I not have an advancement system? Oh, well, it looks like I actually legitimately don't have an advancement system in here. I thought I did. Well, okay, cool. So let's scrap this entire thing as of right now. We're not going to do that. We're going to instead make an advancement system of how we actually level up. So we're going to do narrating Granbelm and running the game. And can we so let's see, how do we want to do this? And actually what we can do is we can put that kind of in who lives, who dies, who tells your story. Okay. Yeah, squeaky chair, squeaky, squeaky, squeaky chair. Eliminate participant. How do I want to do this? No, goodness. Excuse me. Okay. Let's do. At the end of the night, all characters receive an amount of mana equal to total damage they inflicted on their enemies. Whoa. Sorry if I'm a little bit quiet. My gut is on fire right now for some reason. I just feel bleh. Counts for the total amount of damage dealt to the enemy. Dealt to the enemy. Arm. So a character who rips off an opponent's arm would gain the full amount of mana, the arm, and any components attached to it. Full amount of mana of the arm and any components attached to it. And choose hold this mana, upgrade their Arminox, or improve themselves. Follow Arminox creation. Improve themselves. So it's, we'll go with attribute enhancement, which would be 10 times current attribute to advance to the next one. So if you have a 5 and want to increase to a 6, it would be 50, and a 6 to increase to a 7 would be 60. So theoretically, the full assortment, if we're going from, let's say, 1 to 10, it would be 1, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So in total, if we're looking at this, it is 450 mana. 450 MAN from 1 to 10. Okay. Let's say that infusion of mana is additional infusion of mana. This is 10 times. This is 50 mana. Yep, 50 mana. You don't actually get, let's see, person's gradually sink. Per stage amount is equal to the stage in question. Is equal to the stage times 10. Footnote, stage 3 would be 30 mana, stage 4 would be 40, etc. In addition to periodic increases of power, characters also receive mana for destroying opponents and damaging their Arminox. At the end of the night, all characters receive an amount of mana equal to the damage they inflicted on their enemies. This counts for total damage of damage. The total amount of damage dealt to the enemy. So a character who rips off an opponent's arm would gain a full amount of mana on the arm and any components attached to it. Characters can choose to hold this mana, upgrade their Arminox, or improve themselves. Alright, so we want to go all the way up here. We're going to pass this stuff right fast, and we want to do... Oh, goodness. We gotta update things. Ooh, boy, updates. New focus. Yep, 50 mana. Yeah, 50 mana seems pretty... Yep, I'm literally going to add a section of how you can inadvertently influence your relationship with someone by virtue of mana. Now, I probably will put a side note in here. Actually, I should do that right now. Side note, using mana to improve relationships. Ship with another character. With another using mana. Ties of fate. Okay, the strings of fate and destiny intertwine the two more deeply. This can also terribly backfire, because it doesn't care how the relationship develops, simply that it doesn't care how the relationship develops, simply that it grows more intense. So technically you can go maybe 60 mana from 0 to 6. So 10, 20, 30. I'm actually going to go 10 times current value. Now let's see. Oh, that's pretty much it for improving themselves. Yeah, that works. Because again, a majority of your mana should be spent on repairs. That's kind of the idea, is that if I receive 100 mana, a majority of it's going to go straight to my repairs. Let's see. I'm just going to put a second side note. Side notes. Slower development. This system does imply that lucky players will end up being much stronger than those that are unlucky. Getting a lot of damage and having enemies redistribute damage poorly could result in certain characters becoming far stronger than others. To mitigate this, slower development cycle, the current stage, and additional mana. So, for example, it is stage 4. Current stages bonus. Defeated a rival. They would gain 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 mana. 10, 20, 30, and 40 mana for each stage. As a double side note, minor characters only give hello, phone. Oh, Jesus, Mother of Mary. So, let's see. Minor characters only give 10, 20, 30. All right. Oh. All right, put mana values in there. Doink. I don't gotta worry about that. Yeah, as you can tell, it's not a lot. Like, you're not supposed to really care about minor characters. They're there to keep things going. So, oh goodness, everything's heading to. This is not what I wanted. Normal text. Receive. Characters receive an amount. Opponents. Upgrading the Arminox. Follow Arminox creation. And that. We also want to insert table here. We want to do using mana to improve relationships. And let's see if I can fit it in here. Probably not. Yeah, no, this ain't gonna fit. But what I can do is doink. And normal text, lower development. There we go. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put this here. There we go. Put this here, yeah, okay. And then we go to the Illusions Realm menu. What I will do is I'm actually going to take this and put it right down here. Which can bring me to union types of unions. So effectively how this works with the master and apprentices is we got the is that the master gets a lot of the fun stuff effectively. You know, they get the idea of, you know, they receive a lot more mana from the apprentices anytime an apprentice defeats someone rather than everyone sharing it. You know, all the apprentices share what they've got. Master gets their own chunk of it that they can freely spend on whatever they want. But all the apprentices are, you know, half cost up to the master's level. So let's say the master has, you know, 5s across the board, pretty solid lineup, and you have a 3. To get from 3 to 4, it now only costs 15 mana. And to get from 4 to 5 only costs 20 mana. But 5 to 6, that's going to cost 50. You know, it's more expensive to do it. So as the master, you're encouraged to kind of level yourself up a little bit more so your own people can level up. But it's like, do you really want to? Because if you're getting better, they're going to get better. So it's kind of that push and pull there. So with the masters, with the protectors and the ward, effectively, the protectors want to make sure the ward stays alive so you can continue bumping that relationship higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. So you hit 6, again, you're rolling an extra d20, so obviously the protectors are going to get a lot stronger, a lot faster, without having to work as hard to keep those relationships. The ward, however, is useless. Like, they're not going to get as much resources as, say, overall, actually, what I'm going to do is, this union collapses if the master is defeated. So let's see, we got masters, apprentices. Union. What would be a problem with bond mates? Oh yeah, the bond mate. A -2 to all relationships if the union collapses. The bond mates have a permanent +2 to all relationships to characters in the union. This union collapses. Yeah, these bond mates gain a +2 to all relationships to the characters in the union if any member falls. If any member ceases to have a relationship with another member of the union. So yeah, you're all like really good and you're all keeping together really fast, but the second you start having those schisms, like, yeah, we're inviting all our friends and we're an unbreakable alliance, but these two start to hate each other, everything collapses and everyone starts hating each other. And it's like, oh no. You know, you're, oh, cool, look at me, I got my +20 with all my friends here, and oh god, now I don't have anything and all my friends hate me. Bug. +10 mana. And for each defeated participant and art. Each defeated participant. Footnote. My lance is 4 people. Participants. Every kill nets a plus 40 mana. This union collapses. A member is defeated in combat. Or so these are just some of my example types of unions. So paste this right here. So, for those curious, in the show, the alliance between Mangetsu and Shingetsu are bondmates. They quite literally are so close to each other, at least near the end, that they, don't really break apart from each other, even if it's the inevitable, bad things happen. Let's say that, everyone. Very bad things happen. And the relationship between Ernesta, no, not Ernesta, it would be, who would it, what was it, Anna? Was that it? Granbelm characters. Yep. So, let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot Nene was the character. There's Shingetsu. She's worst girl, best girl, second best girl, third best girl, Anna. Pat Anna on the head. So yeah, Anna's group, she would be the master compared to everyone else's being their, being apprentices, including the one girl that kind of just existed for half a second. You know, that one. Who got eliminated in the first episode, and nobody said anything further because she wasn't a real character. Even though she does technically come back, sort of. Granbelm's dumb, in case you haven't realized. So what am I going to do? So I'm going to put bondmates down 1. And I'm going to put types of unions. The risks as well as the benefits. And put a side note in here. Side note, your own unions. Theoretically speaking, there are a infinite number of abilities, types of unions available. Ones listed are simply set of examples to go off of. If you, the narrator, or the players, feel that their union is special, different, unique, feel free to create your own. To note, make sure understand the benefit as well as the problems associated with it. The better the benefit, the more damaging the problem should be, or the easier it is to collapse the union. It's always good to have kind of a cop-out answer like this, to being like, you can really kind of do whatever the hell you want, but just as a note. Alright, so we wrapped up expanding unions a little bit. We actually expanded developing characters. I know, big deal. We actually learned how to do an essential part of the game. Wow. But overall, I think we did quite a bit today. Let's take a look how long we've been streaming. We've been streaming for about 51 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it here today. And what we're going to work on tomorrow is, since we actually fleshed out unions and we also did this, I'm actually going to mark this in red, because what we're going to do is we're going to do chapters and stage. Chapters and stages tomorrow. That's going to be our goal right there. And that's most likely going to go probably right here or right after this. Kind of after the Realm, Illusions Realm, Minor Kit. Before these things, like these don't really matter, but it's good to talk about when the stage is, just for that. But overall, after that, we're going to be working on the types of Granbelm. And what this effectively is not really a how to build your campaign, but more of a, this is how we're actually going to play the game, and this is how it's going to kind of play out. This is all of these notes, actually, running the game. This is, hey, this is what happened, this is what a union is, and unions are important. Hey, this is actually how you advance characters. It's about narrating. This is your thing, the narrators group. All of this is for players. So, I think we are good. Thank you all for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, hit that follow button later on. Make sure. I usually stream at nights on Eastern Standard Time, usually around 7 to 9 is when I like to start. I usually stream for about an hour, maybe a little bit less, depending on the day and how I'm feeling. If you're watching this on YouTube, however, hit that like, comment, subscribe button, make me feel happy, and make sure my metrics get higher, because I'm sad and lonely, and I desperately need people to like me. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.